Hello and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylle and my mission for you today is to find out, were you born for this? I'll explain more about this in a minute, but first of all I'd like to remind you why this is a mission. It is a mission because I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you don't watch this video to just be entertained for a few minutes, but because you're into personal growth, evolving, making a change, and so on and so forth. And you're not going to change or evolve if you're just watching me talk. You're going to change and evolve by taking action. And so while you're watching this video, I'm going to give you tasks where you can take action. So this "were you born for this" is a very important question, because I remember a time when I was in a situation where I wasn't very unhappy. I had a job that was actually eating my soul and eating me up from the inside, but it wasn't a bad company or bad colleagues or anything. Far from it. It was okay. I wasn't unhappy most of the time, but I was dying inside because I wasn't pursuing my passion, or at least I wasn't doing of what lights me up anywhere near enough during the week. And it can be really hard to spot. So my first task for you today is a slightly longer task that might force you to pause the video for a bit, but it's really important that you do it right now. So please trust me in this. Get something to write, or write on a Word document in your computer or on your phone, or whatever in the notes on your phone. Actually write it down, how you spend your time. So take an average week, not a special week like when you're on holiday. Take an average week and go day by day and find out how much time you spend on which task or whatever you're doing. Now, you don't have to do this in great detail. I suggest 3 categories. The first is, how much time do you spend on stuff that you absolutely hate doing, that you really, really dislike? I, for example, hate cleaning the bathroom, stuff like that. The second is things that are okay. You might even enjoy them, but they're not really your life work. They're not your purpose or your passion. Chores at home that you don't really mind because you love your family and you want to do this for your kids and so forth, but you don't really enjoy it. A job that you don't hate, but it's not what lights you up. It's not your purpose. So this is the second category. And the third category is the thing that lights you up. How much time do you spend on your purpose, on pursuing your passion? How many hours per week? Just start with a day and try to calculate it for the entire week. Please pause the video now and make that calculation. So if you're watching this now, I assume that you have made the calculation. If you haven't made it, pause the video now and do it, because you need that to go on, to continue. So if the majority of your hours that you spend in a week is spent on tasks that you hate, this is a huge red flag, and it means you need to make a major change right now. You need to cut and run. You might think, oh, I can't change it right now because I'll go broke, I'll go homeless, I'll do this and that and the other. I can tell you with almost certainty that nothing that could happen can be as bad as staying in a situation where you spend the majority of your time doing something that you actually actively hate. Get some support, if you want to reply to the email that you got the video with, and I can recommend you something. I have coaching colleagues that specialize on that kind of thing, to make this radical change and to turn it around and to pull yourself out of this. Now, if you already spent the majority of your time doing what lights you up, pursuing your purpose, then congratulations, you're doing something right. So this is fantastic. Your task is to work out the kinks, basically. There might be something where you could even spend even more time on doing what you love. Or there might be something else that you're neglecting. So maybe you could work that out without sacrificing spending the majority of your time on doing what lights you up. Just perfect it. There's always a room for improvement, and otherwise keep what you've written down and remind yourself of it, because you're definitely on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, if you're one of the majority of people who are in that third category, who spend the majority of their time, the greatest number of hours, doing something they don't mind doing, and sometimes maybe even enjoy doing, but it's not their life's purpose, it's not their passion, it's not something that really lights them up in a major way, then congratulations, you're not you're not actively doing yourself harm. That's a good thing. On the other hand, it's even more of a challenge for you, because making a change is easier when you're in a place where your suffering is so strong that you really have to break and run. Suffering can be a great motivator for making changes. And if you're not suffering, if you're actually okay, it can be like I was when I was in that job. It took me forever to actually make that change and break away from it, because I wasn't unhappy. So you have a major challenge, and your task is to find a way to make that shift to spending the majority of your time on doing what lights you up, and doing something that you really love, that you're passionate about. And by that, you almost need a coach. I mean, I specialize on this. Talk to me if you want to. There are other people, any trained coach could help you with this, but I'm saying get support, because, like I said, it is very easy when you're not suffering to stick with something like that. That you will come up against obstacles. Everybody does, it's normal. And then you'll think, is it really worth it? I'm not that unhappy. I'm fine. I'll just keep going. And you may ask, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with it is that this is not your purpose. It's not what you were put on this planet to do. You were born to do what lights you up. You were born to radiate that joy and that passion and that love. The world as it is right now, with all the challenges that we're facing, needs nothing more than people that are on fire, that people that radiate love and joy and pass it on to others. This is a task that you have and that you should take seriously, because it's like I said, there is nothing more important. So, whatever one of the three categories you fall into, I'd love to hear what you think, where you are, in which category. So your last task for today is to reply to the email and just let me know and tell me what you think about this and what you're going to do and what your next steps are. If you don't get the emails yet, if you didn't get an email that brought you to this video, that means you're not a member of the community of Wild Spirits yet, and then it's time to join. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in that little form. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll also get you to my website. While you're on my website, you could take a 10-minute free life audit. If you fill in that form, that'll also get you that newsletter. The newsletter is 100% spam-free. You get one email per week. That's it, one per week. The email contains the link to the weekly video, but it also contains lots of additional information for you. Recommendations of, for example, resources like good books that you should read. There are some exclusive offers that only my subscribers get. So it's definitely worth subscribing. So go there and to wildspiritscoaching.com and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to welcoming you to the community of Wild Spirits. Thank you for watching.